morning, everybody, and happy Sunday, or if you're not watching it on Sunday, happy day, whatever you're doing. So, in this chapter, we're talking about momentum during change and things that a leader can do in order to keep moving forward, even though change can be difficult in an organization. So, yes, change can be hard, but does it have to be? We don't have to make it any harder than it already is, I think, is where I'm at, because with a lot of individuals, yes, change can be very difficult, but if we're making the process as simple as we can as leaders, I think that does help alleviate some stress on the behalf of the people that are having to deal with the change. So some of the things that deal with sustaining momentum is the ideas of dynamic feedback loop, communicate, debriefing, reassessment, realignment, and streamlining. I just kind of want to go to the communicate, because I feel as though technically all those things I just said fall within that realm. I'm just going to, in this section, I'm really going to pull from my personal experience and what I'm currently going through right now. I'm not only going through a reorg for my entire division, I'm about to have a reorganization within my own area. And I will say the change has been, coming down the pipe for a couple of months now, and I've been dealing with it. And the only way that my office and my part-timers and everybody that, I approve their time card has been able to deal with it is because I am constantly communicating with them, and I'm asking them, how are you feeling about this situation? Because this was a very unfortunate situation that we had to deal with in my office that really did affect everybody prior to my arrival in March. And so I just got to play cleanup crew. Essentially, I was not actually there when all of this happened. And I always take the time every week to talk to them, say, hey, how is this working? How are we doing? I know this is a lot of change. I know it's going to be bumpy, especially in the fall. We're going to make it through. We'll be okay. What can I do to help you, be more comfortable? What can I do to help you succeed? I'm very much with my team. We're all equals. If you fly, I fly. If, you fail, I fail. Like, it's, no one is more important than the other, and nobody's job is more important than the other. Now, do I have to do some of the heavy lifting in comparison? Yes, but that's okay. I signed up for this gig. But we are focusing on doing all of these things now that we have the ability to really make our Office of Student Life what we want it to be. So we're really going to be streamlining our processes. We're going to continue to have that open line of communication, to be able to keep talking, get that feedback, and debrief, at least have like a weekly team meeting where we ask ourselves, okay, what's going on? And the reassessment and realignment we'll get into in this next slide a little bit more. But I can honestly say that taking these particular items for sustaining momentum and actually applying them in a real life situation has been vital to the relationship building in my office, and being able to make real sustainable change. So what reassessment? So for student affairs, again, I'm going to base all this off student affairs. Typically it is, so how's our program doing? How can we improve it? What needs to change? Should it continue? Is it best for our constituents? So it's very difficult sometimes, because a lot of times people want just data like, oh, so many people attended the event. But for student affairs, it's not necessarily that. It's more of, what are they learning from the event? So we have to be able to have those surveys, that qualitative data to determine that. Then we have to be honest with one another. There's no point in blowing smoke, telling somebody something is fantastic when there is room for improvement. And I tell my students that all the time, that, we're like trees. If we don't grow, we die. And so we just need to know, okay, why, what can we improve? What needs to be changed? And then you sometimes have those difficult decisions. Should we keep doing it? And is it best for our students? Is this something our students want to see? And so, and something I learned a long time ago is in student affairs, it's in my area of student affairs, that we tend to determine the livelihood of a program on a 3-year period. So First year, you try it. You see how it goes. You get your baseline reading. Year 2, you know what to change. You make those changes, see where you're at. Year 3, you think you're potentially at what would be an optimum level for your program, especially if it's something you're going to be doing yearly. So at the end of that, is your program as successful as you wanted it to be? Is it as impactful? Are the learning outcomes, are they there? Are students learning? And should it continue? Or should we give it the axe? So in no way, shape, or form is it, a bad thing to potentially, stop doing a program. Our student populations change constantly. So it's okay. What one student group likes, another one may not like. So reassessment's vital to continuing the success of a program. And I actually really like this quote. The more precise the measurement of the position, the more imprecise the measurement of momentum, and vice versa. And I think this really kind of speaks to, especially in student affairs, we have to be very much go with the flow. Yes, there's a lot of coordination when it comes to the actual event itself, but we have got to be flexible with what we're doing, because if we're focused on measurements and making sure things are perfect, like the momentum is not going to be there. It's just not. And so we just have to learn that situations can be fluid and it's okay. And the world's not going to end if it's not perfect. So, and here are my references. Y'all have a good day.